And away we go. Soybean gets a clean getaway, but Harris gets a monster start. Vlad, and there's a little bit of bumping, and there's contact, and it's an Alfa Romeo and a Red Bull making contact, I believe. Oh my God, there's such a pile up further back.
Hugendorn, Nick Mangano, Ule and Skalski have all been involved in that.
And it looked like a lot of bumper cars between Much and Ule there, as Soybean gets a bad exit, and Harris looking to make a move for the race lead on lap 1. Soybean getting a disastrous exit out of turn 3, but has the inside for turn 4 and goes back on the inside of Harris. And Rosu is right behind them, chomping at the bit, and Swan's up into P4. Of Van Loon. Harris is down in 15th. Matthews is charging up the field. Further forward.
Hamilton round the outside of Van Loon, just can't make it stick.
Oh, but he's now...
Mangano on the inside of Van Loon into this tricky left-hander. They're still side by side, but they're keeping it nice and tidy. And Van Loon on the inside of Matthews into the penultimate corner. That's not a place you make a send. There's a little bit of contact, but they've managed to keep it facing forward.
Kizu has quite a train.
He does indeed, but Marco Mangano all over the back of Van Loon, with Van Loon gaining and gaining on Luke Matthews.
Oh, someone went straight there, and Rasmussen's crashed.
That's a safety car, I believe.
No, it's a virtual safety car. Virtual safety car currently is out. We watched a Williams of Monk just went straight on. We didn't see what happened to Rasmussen. Rasmussen, who was running in P8.
The VSC has ended.
And Swan gets a big jump. Swan gets a big jump on Hooveneers, and he'll be up the inside of turn 4. Swan for P5 in this sprint race. So the front 5 have a big lead over the rest of the field. But Hooveneers looking to fight back.
I think Hooveneers just tried the switchback, but he didn't have enough speed out of the corner, with Swan just slipping ahead of him. And
Kizyul must have damage. Kizyul must have damage. He's got he's so off pace compared to the cars in front.
Obviously doesn't always show that.
And
but it looks like Matthews is going to have the DRS on Kizyul.
Hooveneers on a move through turn 3, back for Swan. Swan holding the inside, Hooveneers around the outside. Hooveneers gets the position, but who will get the DRS now? And it will be Swan. These two battling it out for P5 and P6. Meanwhile, the battle for P7 is going to be Kizyul, Matthews, and Marco Mangano. Marco up the inside there of Matthews, and Matthews loses the position but holds on. Side
into
by
the tricky
side.
left-hander.
Oh, a little bit of contact. Now
they're still side by side, and Matthews just sends it and manages to barge his way past.
And Van Loon
on the inside.
Oh,
we saw him make this move earlier. He's still done it, and he's got past.
He loves that penultimate corner. He absolutely adores it.
And Hugendorn now on the inside of McWilliams into turn 1. He's sending it on the inside of Hensington. A massive crash between Mark and Mangano. Matthews, there's a huge pile-up.
We caught the back end of that, and it was a big one for sure. Hugendorn goes up to P10, but who was at fault for that one?
I can't tell. I was looking at Hensington there, or Hensington, sorry, and it just looked like I just saw Marco being spun around. It looked like Matthews maybe spun him around there. Vandenberg, side by side with Much.
Oh, game, please give us a better camera angle. Vandenberg with the inside for turn 4, and Hooveneers is eyeing this up as well. Oh, it's very close, but I think Much might hold on to this.
Drunky Monkey has returned.
The drunk one! And he's got wing damage!
Looks like Hugendorn on the inside at turn 1 on Kizyul. There's contact and Kizyul's forced off the track.
Oh, and Harris goes through them both! Through goes Harris! Harris up into P7! Van Loon!
It's 3 wide at turn 3 for Hooveneers, Munch and Vandenberg. Hooveneers with a double overtake at turn 3.
And Swan's through 2! Swan gets through 2!
Who started pole?
It's 3 wide into turn 4!
Much around the outside, Swan in the middle, Hooveneers on the inside! Much looking to hold more speed. Who started pole? Soybean did. But meanwhile, it's now Swan and Ryan Much side by side.
Much is still hanging in there. How is he doing this? And he's just have to concede.
And now he's got under pressure. And Swan up into P3 with that move.
Right, flashing.
So's Much though. Swan looking to go for the outside. Much, the inside line here into turn 3. Oh, they're side by side still. And Vattenberg will be eyeing up Hoovenese here still. It's 20%. And now Much for the outside around turn 4. He's loved going around the outside here repetitively. Side by side stuff. Much with the overspeed will have the faster car, but with the shorter journey. But Much up the inside of turn 6. Side by side with Swan still. And Much and Hoovenese up the inside.
Hoovenese didn't quite manage to make it stick. If he had done that, that would have been an overtake of the season, in my opinion. But a bit further back, Van Loon had an instant. He's dropped down right out of the points.
Oh, he has. He's all the way down into P12 now with his alter ego in P13. Neither of them. And meanwhile, Hoovenese is eyeing up Swan here. Swan covers the inside. Hoovenese maybe with a switchback. Swan parks it smartly. Holds him off. And now they're going to be both looking to make an attack on Much. Right again. Swan up the inside of Much into turn 4. Side by side.
Sticking it on the outside. But Swan around the outside into this left-hander. He can carry a bit more speed, but Much on the inside defending excellently.
And Hoovenese again.
On the inside of Swan now.
Side by side still. Hoovenese might have the move. Swan rides that curb nicely. They're still side by side. And Vattenberg will be right there too. Swan with the inside now.
Hoovenese around the outside.
Has been is your race winner. Rosu second, but it's a drag race. And I believe Swan holds the position from Hoovenese. Here we go. Who will get the start in the wet? And they're away. Will Soybean be able to once again outstart Vlad? By the looks of it, Vlad getting a much better start than Soybean this time. Vlad with the inside, choosing not to make a move. Much covering it. And there was a Mercedes with a monster start up into P5. Who is that?
That was Harris. He managed to go around the outside of everyone at turn 1.
And Swan, meanwhile, eyeing up a move on Much. These two battling for the whole sprint. Vattenberg really struggling. Gets a big snap. Is going to come under pressure further back there. But everyone gets through cleanly around that first. The second Van Loon is Harrington. Oh, the Haas is on full wets.
Oh.
The Haas is going for a different strategy here. Very interesting. Oh,
Swan on the inside of Much. He couldn't do it in the sprint, but he's doing it. He's sort of doing it.
Who's that run very wide there? Hoovenese runs extremely wide. Will be now under pressure from the guys behind him. And Swan up the inside of Much. Gets the move and will be looking to catch up to Rosu and Bean
it's
now.
The inside of Hoovenese. And Fantenberg around the outside of Skalski.
Oh, and he's going to look to make it stick. Marco up into P9, P10 now. Marco got a monster start as well. The weather is saying that it could thunderstorm in the next 10 minutes. They're going to be running very hot. As Skalski looking for a move up the inside of Harrington. Looked like a little bit of a bump because Vattenberg also gets through.
I'd just like to say Williams also up the inside into turn 1 on Patrick Kiziel. Will he make it stick?
Them
yes, he
intermediates
will.
are performing a lot nicer here today as the weather is right now. But will it stay that way?
I'd also like to point your attention to Nick Mangano gaining 8 positions at the start.
Kiziel on the move back up the inside of McWilliams.
It's forced a bit wide.
Did force him a little bit wide.
And Rasmussen slips up the inside.
And Matthews will slip up the inside as well. He loses 2 places as extra as well as the one to Kiziel because of the lack of space being given. Oh! Harris has got past Swan in the meantime for P3. Swan will not be...
that?
We was watching Kiziel and McWilliams battle it out. As Hoovenese picks up a 3-second penalty already. Some of the drivers not enjoying this weather. Hugendorn and Hoovenese both with 3-second time penalties. And the Haas boys are slipping down the order as Soybean sets the fastest lap of the race. As the Hasses are not having a good time, as McWilliams going around the outside of turn 4 will have the inside for turn 5. McWilliams makes the move on Patrick Kiziel.
This is my own race.
Oh, he's had a moment. Harris is in the lead.
I've been noticed that at the same point.
Soybean.
I just looked at the order.
Soybean must have had a moment because he's into the pits. Bean has come into the pits. And there's someone else coming into the pits. It's Monk. Alfred Monk also coming into the pits. Nick Mangano into the pits. So a couple of the drivers thinking it's now the time. Has the weather approached? The storm is here. As meanwhile, Hooven is side by side with Much. Wheel to wheel stuff as they come out of turn 3. It's going to be a drag race. Much has loved the outside of this turn 4. And he looks like he's got just a better exit. Hooven is, though, will hold the inside. Much with the outside. Hooven is gets a better drive. Much in the wet, not getting as much joy as he did in the dry, but still will hold the inside for this double left-hander.
Well, there's close to contact, but there isn't quite any. They're still side by side, and Much has spun round.
And Hooven has gone very wide. Was there contact?
There was indeed, and Skowski is slipping round the outside of Hooven is. Hooven is just seemed to turn in a bit on Much. I may be wrong. I may be looking at it from a different perspective. And 3.
Skowski not have tyres up to temperature just yet. Bean with the switchback. Oh, orgasmic stuff. Skowski, though, giving him a drag race, though. And Skowski gets the drag race on Bean, but Bean not giving up for the inside of turn 4, side by side. Bean makes the send. Skowski now looking for a switchback. But Bean
he's got the drive.
He has the drive, but Bean will have the inside for the next 2 corners.
He will, but Skowski round the outside. Look how close that is.
Oh,
how have they not made contact? But Bean just a little bit of contact.
And Skowski will get back through.
A bit wide. But Bean round the outside of the penultimate corner. There is contact, but thankfully Skowski is not in that wall.
But Marco is having to defend off Skowski. Skowski trying to go around the outside. There's contact! There is contact between the pair. Somehow neither of them got damage. But Vandenberg gets past the both of them. Oh, there's a battle for P5. As Hungorn gets a bit loose. Vandenberg with the inside line.
And Skowski round the outside of Hugendorn.
The opportunistic Skowski strikes again. Ule is pitted for soft tyres. Van Loon.
That's a yellow flag.
Ule's absolutely losing it. And Ule's flat. And that's a safety car.
Harris has been blessed.
Has he?
Absolutely blessed.
And cursed.
Because everybody is going to see this as an opportunity to pay onto the dry tyres, and so's Harris, and he's got enough gap to change his wing. He did absolutely clobber that barrier. His wheel was absolutely ripped off.
And Harris has got a drive through. Oh my god. Harris has bottled it in the most Alex Harris way possible. And Hooveners will be deploying that battery. Vandenberg will be wanting to hold this off as long as possible. Hooveners gets a bit of that yellow curb though.
Oh, that's a yellow flag for Marco Mangano. No! He's had a spin at turn 1.
Marco dropping down the order. Hooveners eyeing up the back.
Contact. Oh. And Hugendorn up the inside of Much. With Henningsen, or Harrington as you say. Straight on the inside of turn 4 on Much as well, but
Much loves the outside. We know Much loves the outside of this corner. Harrington is on intermediates as well. He's going to drop down the order.
Henningsen and Matthews has spun as well.
Will Swan and Bean are battling it out. Swan in P7, Beanie in 8, Monk now in P8. Where has the drunk man come from?
But Vandenberg making a bit of contact with Much as he goes around the outside at turn 4. His favourite overtaking place, but we may see Vlad Rosu back to the top step.
Oh, Skowski up the inside through turn 6 and 7. Surely Vandenberg has to let his teammate through here.
And
Surely
he
plays
does.
rear gunner.
But he's going to hold Drunky Monkey up. Will Drunky Monkey make it round the outside?
Oh,
Oh, he's done a peel.
on the
And he's made
limit.
it stick.
Very wide there. And now it'll be
Soybean on the
Bean.
inside.
And it's the final lap. What is the gap between Rosu and Hoovenes?
1.7.
I don't think Hoovenes is going to... Oh, there's yellow flags. It's
Well,
your Haas.
Gizio.
Patrick Kiziel has lost his wing. Patrick Kiziel drops all the way down the order.
Rasmussen and Vandenberg side by side, a bit of wheel banging. But Rasmussen on those soft tyres, up the inside at turn 4. Vandenberg he's going to go up the order still though, because of everyone's penalties ahead of him. He has none.
He is.
But will McWilliams get past him before the final turn?
Oh, McWilliams gets a bit of a snap there. And now it's contact with... Big contact with Van Loon, the pair of them. Dropping down the order. Your winner is Hoovenes, but Rosu takes it with time penalties. Skowski P3, Hugendorn P4, P5 for Much, 6th for Swan, 7th for Monk, 8th for Mans Vandenberg with the time penalties, 9th goes to Soybean, 10th with Rasmussen finishing in the points,